Mr. Chairman, I've been talking with farmers and families across my district, and what I'm hearing is concerning. Farmers are facing a lot of uncertainty. Markets are swinging up and down. The cost of fertilizer, fuel, and equipment keeps rising. Trade policies have disrupted export markets they spent years building. Economists warn that costs are climbing. Crop prices are weak and more farms are going bankrupt, which is not exactly the golden age that was promised. The numbers are stark. Farm bankruptcies rose 46% in 2025. USDA says 15,000 farms were lost last year alone. In Pennsylvania, there were 10 farm bankruptcies in 2025, up from just 2 in 2024. Those aren't just numbers. They're family farms shutting down, generations of hard work coming to an end, and communities losing part of their foundation. As U.S. farmers struggle with shrinking export markets, competitors like Brazil and Argentina have strengthened their foothold, aided by U.S. bailout initiatives. Market share built over decades have been lost, and this bill does nothing to help farmers win it back. Right now, farmers are sitting across the table from their bankers trying to secure loans for the next planting season. They're making big decisions in an unstable environment. The administration's bailout is not enough, and repeated bailouts are a sign that the underlying system is broken. To make it even more unstable, after the Supreme Court struck down Trump's tariffs last month, he immediately said he was going to impose a 10% global tariff, then said it would be 15%. And then there was the $175 billion question unanswered. What's going to happen to the money the government has already collected in import taxes now declared unlawful? Farm groups have been clear. They need steady, reliable support, and this bill doesn't provide it. And it's just not farmers who are struggling. Families feel it every time they go to the grocery store. In my district, the average monthly grocery bill is now over $1,000. The cost of fruits and vegetables alone has gone up more than 5%. Wages aren't keeping up, and more families are falling behind. Yet this bill doesn't offer meaningful help to working families, to seniors, to veterans, or people with disabilities trying to afford basic food. But we shouldn't be surprised. Over the summer, Republicans cut SNAP by $187 billion and shifted more of the costs onto states and counties that are already stretched thin. Governors and state lawmakers, Democrats and Republicans, are scrambling to figure out how to keep people fed. After 20 years in the General Assembly of North Carolina, I can tell you that states cannot absorb costs like this without cutting other services. And even though this committee heard from governors and expert witnesses about this issue, this bill does nothing to undo those cuts or delay cost shifts. However, this bill does call for a GAO study on rising SNAP administrative costs. But when Republicans require states to pay 25% more of those costs, the reason is obvious. States don't need another study. They need resources, and these issues are connected. Nutrition programs aren't just for farmers, for families. They also support farmers. And whether a person uses SNAP to buy food at the local store or farmers markets, or USDA purchases commodities through TFAP, that money moves through the supply chain. It supports the truck driver, the producer, the grocer, and the farmer. Farmers need customers. Families need food. These programs link the two. In North Carolina alone, more than 9,000 individuals and families filed for bankruptcy last year. That's an 11.4% increase. When both farm bankruptcies and family bankruptcies are rising, that's a clear warning sign. Something isn't working. And beyond what this bill fails to do, we should look at what it includes. It strips states of their right to regulate agriculture by overturning voter-approved animal protection measures, even though the Supreme Court already ruled on this issue. It gives broad liability protections to large pesticide companies, limiting the ability of farmers and families and even states to seek accountability. It's not strong, forward-looking farm bill that farmers and families deserve, and it does not meet the seriousness of the
Gentle lady's
moment.
time
I
has
yield back,
expired.
Mr.
Now